Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mrs. Wilson's philosophy class. I know this is not an ideal situation to meet me through the screen, but we're going to make it work, and hopefully soon I get to see all my amazing students' faces when it is safe. Now, I am going to share my screen with you, kind of where you can get to know me, you can get to know what this course is about, and Google Classroom. So bear with me. Alrighty. So as of now for the fall 2020, this is my schedule. First all the way up to 6th hour. First hour is where I do my conference hour. So I always tell my students that if you need to reach me, I'm open during that time, but they can always email, text or remind, send a message through Google Classroom anytime during the week. Wednesdays are the best because that's the support day. So I'm here for them from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. And like I told them, I know this is not an ideal situation, so just know that I'm here for you, and whatever you need, just let me help you. Here is my background for education. So I went to Central Michigan University for my undergrad, and I had a focus in secondary ed with a major in social studies and a minor in English. I then was able to receive my master's degree, and that's just a focus in education and literacy. It is my 13th year teaching. I can't believe it. And my first 3 years were in Utica Community Schools. And then I moved on to Rochester Community Schools, where I started off at Stony for, I believe it was 3 to 4 years. And then now I'm here at Adams. So it's my 10th year in the district. So yes, 4 years at Stony, and now this is going to be my 6th year at Adams. It's crazy. Time flies. And the courses that I focus in on are English and social studies. A little bit about me. So I'm happily married to my husband, Kent. We've been married for 8 years. We've been together for, I believe, almost 16, 17 years. It's pretty crazy. We have 2 amazing children. I have a son who is 7. He literally just turned 7 September 4th. And his name is Sawyer. And then I have a daughter who is 4, sassy as ever, and her name is Kinsley. So if you look at this background, where am I? I'm not in my home. We are currently living with my parents. Fun, fun, fun. We are building a home, and when we bought the lot in February, we were supposed to begin in March, and then the pandemic started. So we are pretty delayed in building. We're building. It's going, but it's going to take some time. So we wanted to sell the house that we, brought our babies home to because of the market. We wanted to sell it in the summer. So we sold it in less than a day. And now here we are living with my parents, and they have been super helpful and pretty amazing. So we're pretty blessed with that. My husband's a UPS driver. So he was working crazy, crazy hours, March, April, and May. And I was pretty much by myself with my kids attached to each one of my hips. So now having my parents here, and my son is a first grader in Chippewa schools, so he is remote as well. So that's been pretty interesting. So I told my students that there are going to be times, not all the time, that my son might pop in and I have to get him on a link, because my parents, they get stressed. They don't want to have that job to find all these links. So I do my best to set him up in the morning, but there are some times where he's starting to get frustrated, so I have to just click a link for him. So we're all in this together, and my daughter, luckily, she's able to be in all-day care preschool 4 days a week. So I just have my son with me, and he's in the other area of the basement. So we're separated, and I have a door, and I do as much as I can, and I try to have no distraction. I'm doing the best that I can here. So that's just a little bit about that. I have a brother and a sister. I'm the baby of the family. I have 10 nieces and nephews. I married one of my best friend's brothers. So now my bestie is my sister-in-law too. So it's pretty awesome. I like to shop, and my students can see that. And when they see me face to face, they can tell that I do love to shop. I love to be with my family. And I felt like when this pandemic did begin, family means everything. So that is something that truly goes to my heart. I love to vacation when it's safe. I do love to read. I love to sleep. I mean, I really can't take the naps that I used to before I had kids, but I do enjoy sleeping. We love to swim and boat, and I love my TV shows. So Bravo and Netflix are my favorites. My favorite color is pink, and my kiddos will see that soon when we can meet face to face in my classroom. I do love this job. I would not do anything else. I think this job's pretty amazing. And I just love building relationships with my students. And I know this is, again, something that we didn't think this would ever happen with remote learning, but we're in this together. We'll get through it. Just a little bit about me again is those are my little kiddos. That's my husband. We just celebrated, like I said, my son's birthday, and my parents were able to host the party. Small gathering. My son was a little disappointed, but we just have to be careful. And we did it Super Mario style. He loves Super Mario. And again, these were just over the last few months at our old home, which we do miss. We loved our neighbors, but we still get to visit there when we are able to. This is where our new lot where we're building. Here's our moving day. That was pretty intense and a lot of work, but we got through it. We are able to build a pool as we're building our house. So my husband's been working so hard, and so he surprised my kiddos with a folder that we are getting a pool. So that was something that made us smile big time during these stressful and crazy times. So again, that's me. Now I'm going to get into Google Classroom. So when you access Google Classroom, when the student does, they see this is the stream page. So this is where anything that's updated with new class assignments, discussions, everything is always updated. Here's the classwork. So when they get onto Zoom and meet with me every Tuesday and Friday, they have a new link and they access it through here. They only can access it through Google Classroom. We changed some settings with the district where only RCS users can get onto the link for each class that they have with each teacher. So we have to be careful, because when we started this back in March, some teachers were doing Zoom, or if they do Google Meet now, we had some privacy issues. So we just have to be safe in that matter. So this is where they have to access the link, and I had to change it in my settings that only RCS users can get into my Zoom link. And it's nice because in the waiting room, I can accept and admit who can go in on my attendance. So only my kiddos in each class get to go on. So they've been doing an awesome job. So I'm super proud of them. This is just the remote schedule of the times that they meet from first to sixth hour. Here's just some things. We're working with Intro to Philosophy. We break off into branches of philosophy for units, but I want them to get to know what philosophy is. So last week I had them define what they thought philosophy was. Then I had them do on Friday, what is their philosophy? Meaning like, what is their philosophy in life with their morals? Maybe is it religion, their family background, just like what their philosophy is in life. And I said, philosophy is in you each and every day by your actions, by your words, and you may not realize it. So I said, we're going to be having some really intense, awesome discussions that you never thought you would. So next week, we're going to be starting with metaphysics, and that really gets into like what is real and what is not real. So I have them kind of do some interesting discussion-based questions, and I love this class because I feel like it's a class where they can just kind of like take a deep breath. They don't have quizzes or tests. It's all projects and discussion-based, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope soon we can meet face-to-face because I do enjoy doing some really cool activities with them. And yes, this class is known as blended. So when we do get to meet face-to-face, they will get to have blended days where they may be with me in the classroom 3 days, and then they have 2 days where they're doing activities outside of the classroom on Google Classroom. But again, right now we are meeting all remotely, and we'll figure that out when we can get back. So this is my 4th year teaching this class, and I love it. It is so fun. I have so much fun, and it's usually composed of 11th and 12th graders. I have some 10th graders as well, but I feel we're like a family. After the first few weeks, we get to know each other. So it's a pretty awesome class. So again, this is where they're going to find all the material. Here's my syllabus. And that just kind of tells them like how I'm going about things. When they get onto Zoom, they have to make sure that their first and last name is on Zoom. We have reports that we can print off of when they sign on and sign off and how many minutes they were on. And I know they can get kicked off. I know tech is not easy. And I told them, if you're having difficulty, just let me know, because the main materials that you need as of now is Wi-Fi connection, a Chromebook, desktop, or a laptop. It's always nice to have notebook paper in case they need to take some notes down, but there's nothing else that they need right now because we're doing this remotely. And so far, my 37 kids have been awesome. They've been getting on Zoom, and if they've had difficulty, they will email me, because I know there was a power outage last week and all the kids were emailing me and sending me a text to remind. They have been so responsible with everything that has been going on, that I wish I could give them a big hug, but I'm going to give them an air hug. So that's, the gist of this course. And I feel that every year I teach it, I love it more and more. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And before I sign off, I'm just going to let you know that during the summer, the district worked super hard to sync Google Classroom in Synergy. So everything I put into Google Classroom with grades, it syncs it right into Synergy or vice versa. So they didn't have to sign up for the course in Google Classroom because we were able to do it through Synergy. So we have worked so hard in order to get this process going. Again, and I know this is not something that all kids want, but we just have to be safe and we have to be healthy. So as of now, we will work through remote, and when things get better, we will meet face-to-face when that time is. So as of now, this is what we're doing, and I hope you got to know this class and a little bit about me. And if you ever need anything, please feel free to email me, and I will get back to you promptly. Have a wonderful night, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.